Hey, it's Sandra. Welcome to another episode of Asexualise, my asexual life. This is a place to be for education about asexuality, all things asexual. I share my own asexual life journey in order to help you in yours. If you haven't already subscribed, please hit that great big subscribe button right here, right now. Please hit that bell icon so you get notified of every time I go live right now or post a new video. In a moment, I'm going to be discussing 5 ways you can self-care if you've got anxiety, stress, or just feeling unwell at the moment. So we're going to be discussing that soon. If you didn't know who I am Sandra Birmingham, asexuality coach and asexual author of this Asexual Perspectives book. And I'm also the author of this fibromyalgia self-help handbook, which is how to manage fibromyalgia to have less pain, more energy, and feel happier. So if you didn't know, I have the condition called fibromyalgia. It's a chronic pain condition that affects the nerves and muscles of the body. I do manage it really, really well. But fibromyalgia, a lot of the time people with fibromyalgia, they either have symptoms of depression or anxiety. I don't have depression. I freed myself of that in 2012. However, I do talk about in here how to manage the anxiety, how to reduce it. And so what happens if you get into a situation or stage in your life or something crops up and you're just feeling really anxious, really stressed, and you're feeling generally unwell? Maybe you're not well anyway, and it's just the stress and anxiety is on top of the not feeling well. So if you follow this channel for a little while, you will know recently that I haven't been very well, that I've been off here. I will be off here less. I'll be on here less, I should say, because I'm still in recovery. I'm still getting better. I haven't been sleeping as much as I usually do. I find it hard to sleep anyway in general, but I mean, this is like, waking up and not being able to sleep sometimes the whole night. Like the other day, I couldn't sleep till 9 in the morning. I went to sleep and go to sleep, and I felt tired, and then all of a sudden I was just, I can't sleep. So anxiety can do that to you. If you're anxious and worried about things, it can just manifest itself in your body as physical pain as well. So I had acute neck pain the other day. And so generally, wasn't feeling very well. I'm off work at the moment. So I really wanted to touch base with you and just talk to you a little bit, because I know that, we have a really loving, caring relationship in this community. And I know you need me as much as I need you. And, I do feel kind of a little bit bad if I don't speak to you, So it does help my mental health, this channel as well. If you didn't know, I did get diagnosed years ago with generalized anxiety disorder level 4. With fibromyalgia, a lot of people do have anxiety. They don't know if anxiety is a symptom of fibromyalgia or if it actually is a cause of fibromyalgia. Fibromyalgia, however, is usually brought on by trauma. That's usually how you get it. And obviously, if you have trauma in parts of your life, then, or in the past or whenever, then, anxiety would usually form part of that trauma anyway. So they're always kind of like interlinked a lot. Although my diagnosis for anxiety was before I got diagnosed with fibro. So I haven't been feeling too well lately. I've been off here, as you know. I'm more coherent today to be able to speak to you. But I'm going to make it as brief as I can. But I just wanted to touch base while I can with you and let you know some of the ways I'm self-caring with my anxiety and stress and generally feeling unwell at the moment. I want to just help you with 5 ways, because I know and realise that with everything going on in the world right now, that you might be feeling the same. You might be feeling a bit down. You might be feeling anxious about what's going to happen to us in the world and in the future. And there's a lot of uncertainty anyway. So I do think these are very, very strange times anyway, and a lot of people are going through anxiety and stress at the moment because of everything that's happening in the world. And, I think people are, it's taken a toll on them. So I just want to go through 5 ways that I'm self-caring at the moment, helping myself to get better. Obviously, like I said, if you don't see me on this channel for a few days, it's not because I don't care and love you, because I really do. It's because I have to rest and make sure I get better. So I have written 5 things out, so I don't have to just memorize. And one thing is food. Now, food is very, very important. Like I'm buying foods, like 2 types of food. One that is very, very nutritious. So like chicken and fish. The omega-3 fish oils are very, very good for the body. They actually help relieve pain. And, the chicken gives you lots of protein. I don't eat pork, lamb or beef. So, you know, the protein helps you with energy. And I get these beautiful stir fries. And basically, with this, I don't know if I've got a picture actually, you should show you on my phone. I might have. But I get these beautiful stir fries, but I don't put them in oil. I literally cook them in the oven. And I do it in like a tin foil so that I haven't got much washing up to do, because I don't want washing up. It just stresses me out. I hate washing up. And so you know, I like to minimize it as much as possible. So let me see if I can get it up on Facebook, sort of some of the stuff that I eat. So you can see there's very, very, very nutritious. Let me see this type of thing. So if I just put that on there, see? So this was a meal I cooked myself. It's basically chicken and it's on a bed of like vegetables and spinach. So all these are very, very nutritious. And when I eat nutritious food like that, it fills my body and cells with kind of happy vibes, you know. And this type of stir fry is really good. I love buying these bags of stir fry now because I don't fry them. I put them in the oven. But the thing is, they've got peppers in, they've got carrots, they've got bean sprouts, they've got like cabbage stuff in them, and all these type of things are very nutritious. Plus nutritionists. I don't know if that's a word. You know, very nutritious and delicious nutritionists. I make up words. What can I say? I'll probably find out it's a real word now. But anyway, you know, like by having stuff like that, and there's broccoli in this as well, I think. Oh no, it's cabbage in this one. Yeah, I've said it, cabbage, different forms of cabbage, I think. But anyway, it's delicious. So this basically fills your cells up. It makes you feel good. It gives you energy. It makes your cells satisfied. It makes your body satisfied that you've got nice, healthy food. So it's really important that when you aren't feeling very well, you know, like not having like unnutritious food can make you more anxious, because you're kind of living on nervous energy, because your cells and your body aren't being, you know, having the nutrition they need to actually, you know, repair themselves and generate energy and stuff. So it's really important you have good quality meals, good quality things like fruit and vegetables, proteins. They're healthy. I don't eat pork, lamb or beef. Lamb's very fatty anyway. A lot of red meats are very fatty, so I think it's better personally to stick to things like chicken and fish. And so food, like that's all the nutrition side. Now I also do have some treats, like I buy myself some treats as well, which is kind of like a comfort food. And I think when you're feeling poorly or sick or anxious or stressed, sometimes it is nice to just have some food that, you know, like when I say comfort food, I don't necessarily mean it's just junk food, but it's comforting. It's something that makes you feel good. It's quite sweet. So I bought these. I've still got quite a few left, but it is a big pack. And these are like Christmas tree shaped tortilla, like these sort of tortilla chips. And the reason I got these is because obviously it's Christmas. I haven't got my Christmas decorations up yet. All I've got is all of this. Like Christmas decorations are over at my parents' house. I think it probably will cheer me up when I get the Christmas decorations over here and get more in the festive spirit. But yeah, so this here is like your sort of Christmas tree snacks. And the reason I got this is because one, I felt like I could do with a nice snack anyway, and two is because these look fun, you know. So they're in the shape of Christmas trees, although, you know, they're a bit like yeah. Oh, here's some whole ones, see? So I think these are really cute and sweet, you know. So these make me feel good because I actually like tortilla chips, you know. And well, I'm trying to find something actually whole and not completely broken. I think a lot of them are broken. But I think you get the point that, you know, it's just like fun food that's nice and tasty. There's a snack that kind of comforts you and makes you feel good. So that's very, very important. So I think nutrition and foods that make you feel comforted, make you feel kind of like cute and you know, like nice about yourself and nice about life, and they just feel good. I think that's really important. So it's important to have nutritious and delicious food, and it's also important to give yourself some treats, you know, as well. So, you know, you've got both the quality food that's fueling your cells, making you feel very energized and really, really, you know, like making your body feel good. Like when I eat foods full of like vegetables, it does actually make my body feel a lot better. I feel like, wow, I'm satisfied, you know, I feel good, I feel better and less anxious. So that's really important. And like I said, with some nice food like that. So that's one. Two is skincare. Now this is something I haven't really spoke about before. Like So when I get very stressed, anxious, and when I'm not well, I really wasn't well the other day. Like I get all this, like I get dermatitis anyway on my face. I can do so. I have to put face cream, but like round here, and like this is going down now. But I had a real sore here on my mouth. Right, it was all like skin peeling. It was all horrible here. So that's another reason why I haven't been on here, because I have been unwell, and like I really felt really bad. So round here. But it's a lot better now. So what I did was that with the excess skin, I used a scrub. I've got a scrub to scrub my face, which is like a facial scrub to help cleanse it. I don't use it all the time because it gives me spots. So I can only use it like once a week or once every so often. But I had like really loads of skin all around here, and it was like sore here. So I literally was scrubbing some of that dead skin away, if you like. And then today I got this. So I've already got a Nivea. I don't get paid to have this in the YouTube video, by the way. So Nivea is usually very good for my skin. One of the few things it is, because a lot of the simple products, for example, I'm allergic to, even I've got reactions to, even though they're for sensitive skin. So I did actually buy a rose one of these, but the rose one's not very good. When I use the rose one, which is a Nivea, still Nivea, but in a rose flavour, pinky, it really still it makes my lips dry, which is not supposed to happen. So I've got this one now. So I put some of this on before I came on here and did it all around the mouth, including this sore bit here, which isn't so bad anymore. And this actually made my lips feel better. So this is so important. Now, my hands, I'm really young, as you know, and I look a lot younger than my birth certificate age, but my hands, they do get looking old. I mean, they look older than my birth certificate age, much older. They're the only part of my whole body that tends to look really old, like much older than I am. So I bought this. I use this quite a lot. This is Nivea again, but it's a beeswax, but I wanted to get a new one. I think I've still got a bit of the old one there. So I haven't put it on yet. So I was going to demonstrate it. So you just put like this on. This is a beeswax one. I find this is really, really helpful if you've got really dry skin. Again, I'm not paid to do all this, but I do like Nivea products personally. But I always test it on a small area because I don't want you to react to it. But yeah, the only thing really that suits my skin, I can put it on my face as well, like face cream. This is a hand version. So then, I put it in like this and I just mix it in. So, skincare is very important. When you've got anxiety and stress, I tend to get dehydrated a lot more as well. So obviously going back to nutrition and foods, it's very important to keep yourself hydrated and have more and more water, because you can very much dehydrate, and you need to hydrate back up again. So with number one being foods and nutrition, that includes water as well, which I should have mentioned in the beginning as one. Make sure you have water, because I do get very dehydrated when I've got anxiety, particularly, I find that my breathing's like less regular, and it's sort of like I feel like I'm holding my breath, like this all the time. It's very kind of disturbing sometimes, because it takes me a while. It can take me days to actually get out of that scenario. So so one of the ways, number 3, to self-care, to help that, is to relax. And this can mean do a hobby and interest that's not obviously going to exacerbate your condition, but it's going to make you feel good. So for me, I started watching movies again. I watched one yesterday and the day before. Superhero movies, they really make me feel good. So number 3 is relaxation, and it's actually doing something that will distract your mind in a good way, so that is not overworking it. So sometimes your mind just needs to literally zone out. It needs to zone out, because with anxiety, you go round and round and round in a circle. This is what happens with anxiety. It's a vicious cycle, and you get anxious and worried about something, then it's something else, you think about something else, and you think about something else, and you think about something else, and all this contributes to make you feel stressed, which then manifests itself as pain in your body, physical symptoms, and then you just get really, really unwell and poorly. So having relaxation is very important. So for me, I've gone back and watched the 2 movies that I've watched. I've already reviewed on this channel, I believe, but obviously I know my reviews are very popular, so I will be doing some more reviews in the future. But like I said, I'm gonna not be as on here as frequently as I would like to be whilst I get better. But 3 is relaxation. Now, since I watched movies again, I've noticed that my anxiety is lowered more, which is really good. I've been able to relax. I've been able to give myself some time out. And I felt, instead of like, I'm like holding my breath, like I felt like I can actually relax because my mind's zoning off. So that's really important. 3 is relaxing and zoning out, basically, in a healthy way. 4 is speaking to friends. Like, get some support from family or friends, people that understand what you're going through. So one of my best friends, well, both my best friends have anxiety, but one has it very similar to me. And so, I've been in communication, like message with them, and they really, really, really understand. Their anxiety is so very similar to mine, so we can really support each other in that way. My other best friend, which I'm Skyping tonight, actually, they have anxiety as well, so they really understand. They're very, very supportive as well, and it's important you do have a support network. If you have one, do reach out to them. I know sometimes with friends you can be a little bit worried that you don't want to intrude on them. You have to understand that, still bear in mind they've got their own life and they've got their own problems, their own issues, so you don't want to offload everything all the time to them, because that wouldn't be fair. So, like, make sure you take time out to relax for you and to be with your own thoughts, but to zone out. So that's why watching movies is good for me, because I know that I can't be talking to my friends all the time, because they've got lives of their own. You don't want to put stress on your friends, you know what I mean? But at the same time, they're your friends, and they know that they can kind of, like, you're there for them, so they can carry some of the weight with you, if you know what I mean. So I think it's very important to have a balance. That it's very important not to take advantage of your friends, not to, like, just be like anxiety and stress, like, piling onto them, because that's not fair. That's not going to help the relationship and keep it healthy with you and them. But I think it's good to offload, a certain amount, for them to understand you as well and what you're going through. But always remember that other people have got their own problems and issues, so it's good to ask them how they are as well, if you're feeling well enough to ask them, and actually get a bit involved in their life still and what's going on for them, because that can help relieve you as well of your own kind of mental torture with anxiety and stress. It can kind of really, really, really help with that, and help because you're thinking, it helps as well, thinking you're not the only one that's got problems and things going on in their life. It kind of reminds you to stay humble and to stay, like, thinking, well, I'm not the only one that's got issues and problems and difficulties in life. And that you've got to know that that they're there for you, but also they've got a life of their own. So I think that's very, very important to remember that. I think that if you do that, then they'll be more willing and able to actually help you, and not feel that every time you contact them there's a problem or something, because that's not what you want to do. But I've got very, very supportive friends, so that is number 4. Friends, family. I talk to my parents and stuff, as well. Now 5, this is something I talk about a lot in my fibromyalgia self-help handbook. The link is below in the description, and, like, I go into anxiety a lot in this book. And this is to eliminate or reduce or eliminate triggers. So this is very important, this number 5. So if you've got anxiety, you have to the way to reduce or eliminate the things that are triggering it. And you just have to do it for your own health and well-being. Like, you can face your fears. Obviously, facing fears is good to a certain extent. In life, you have to push through your barriers, face your fears. But it has to be like, when you're facing your fears, you have to do it consciously and with your best interests. Like, if you are going to a situation where it's just constantly triggering you and you've no need to be in that situation, or you could do something about that situation to lessen the triggering for you, then you should take some action on that and stick up for yourself and get out of that situation as much as possible. So it could be anything that may trigger you, a situation, an event, a noise, something happening. It depends what happens in your past, as well. If you're triggered by stuff in your past, we've all got triggers when we're anxious usually. It could be anything. So look out for those things. It could be a person as well. It could be a close person, a non-close person. I mean, it could just be some random person on the internet that says something that's not nice to you. So you have to understand that your self-preservation and your self-care is the most important thing. You have to put yourself first. I've learned in my life that I can only tolerate so many triggers, and then I have to remove them, because only when I remove them can I actually have my body and my well-being feeling good again? You know, the more you eliminate the triggers, the more you calm down in your body and your state, and you feel relieved and you feel happier and you just feel calmer and you feel back to being you. Because I feel that when you have anxiety and stress, it kind of can disassociate you from yourself. It's like it kind of like pulls you away from your true soul and essence and being, and it can feel like you're ripping yourself apart. So you really have to be true to you and do what's best for you. Now, having time off work is not easy for me to do that. Do you know what I mean? I've got employers now, as you know, and so that's not easy for me to do that, because I haven't been there that long. And obviously, I don't want to give a bad impression. So, but they're understanding, which is great. And, you just have to do that sometimes. Liam, hi, beautiful Sandra. Great to see you. You're a good and beautiful person. Thank you, Liam. Lots of love. Yeah, I'm still getting better at the moment. So I've nearly finished this video now. It's lovely to see you. Thank you so much for saying I'm a good and beautiful person. I really appreciate you, Liam. It's nice, and it is nice if you do have someone like Liam saying that to you when you've not been well, you're not well, so it just reminds you to feel positive and good about yourself, because obviously when you've got stress and anxiety, sometimes doubts creep in about your abilities, about your personality, about yourself sometimes. And so I'm kind of glad Liam's turned up, to cheer me up a bit more, So I think it's really, really important. Like I said, number 5 is to eliminate triggers as much as possible and to reduce that stress and anxiety, because, I get to a stage in my life now where I'm like, I just don't want that stress and anxiety. If I know that it's going to keep triggering me, what's the point? It's just like being with a pool of crocodiles snapping at you and you're trying to like make sure they don't actually get you. Do you know what I mean? And to be in that kind of volatile position, which is unhealthy and unstable, is not good. So it's best to get back on your own common ground and territory, if you know what I mean. Thanks for the thumbs up, as much as possible, and to just look after yourself. I've learned in life, especially having fibromyalgia, I'm a lot more protective over myself than I used to be. That's a really good thing about fibromyalgia. It changed my life for the better forever, because now I don't take as much rubbish as I used to, and I won't tolerate certain situations that I used to before. Liam, I hope you feel better soon, sweetheart. Oh, thank you for the sweetheart. That's lovely. Thank you, Liam. Lots of love. I'm just going to run through the 5 again for anyone who's joined late, and then I will be going off. And like I said, I won't be on here as much. I'm really sorry, but I do love you from the bottom of my heart. It does make me actually feel better quite a bit of the time, like connecting with my community here. If I'm not feeling well, it does help me reaching out to other people and feeling connected to others. I think that is kind of a bonus number 6, is to feel connected to others. I think social media can be a bad thing sometimes, because it can make you anxious and nervous in some instances, but it can also be a majorly good thing and connect you to people that you wouldn't usually be able to see in person. And at the moment, that's really important, because loads of people are still socially isolating anyway. So I think it has its benefits, and for me, being on here, it just makes me feel good, actually. Because I can connect with you, I can feel your heart, I can love you, I can feel like I'm here for you, because I've built this community up, and I don't want to let it go, obviously, ever. But I feel like bad not being able to be here as much lately, as I really want to get back to being on here every day. But I'm aware that I do need to take time out for me. I do need to watch movies. I do need to chill out. I do need to recuperate, revive myself more, and get better fully. Like I said, I'm a lot more coherent today. I can talk properly. I'm not like as in pain as I was the other day, so that is good. So I'm just going to quickly run through the 5 things again, of 5 ways to self-care if you feel stressed, anxious, or if you just feel generally unwell. Thank you for the thumbs up. So I made a list for this, because obviously I haven't been very well, so I did make a list. So I'll just run through them again in case you missed them. Thank you for the thumbs up and all the love. Thank you, Liam, as well. Thank you, everyone. Right, so the number 1 way to self-care if you're feeling stressed, anxious, or unwell was foods and nutrition. And also I said about hydration. You know, like when you've got stress anxiety, you can get really dehydrated. I know I can. I know that my lips go really dry. I feel like I'm always thirsty, like I'm not getting enough water. It obviously can help, you know, it doesn't help you usually lower your oxygen levels as well. So make sure you have like delicious and nutritious food, so water as well, and also some comfort foods that make you feel good. So I think, you know, like this was my nutritious food, in case you missed that earlier. This is like chicken with bean sprouts. It's got red peppers in. It's got spinach and cabbage, carrots, onions. So really, really nice lot of food, nutrition food. You know, like having fish or chicken's really good. Chicken for the protein, fish for the omega-3s, helps reduce pain and inflammation in the body, which obviously is a result usually of a lot of stress and anxiety anyway. And the vegetables just make you really fill your body up with good juice, as it were. So that's food, something good. And then I pointed out that I have these, which are really cool, that I've just bought tonight. And they are like Christmas tree ones and stuff. But they're a lot broken. But these are fun. So this is a fun, comforting type of food, right? So you'll, you know, have some of that. Thank you for the thumbs up. Mwah. And so I said about skincare. So they've got this for my lips. So because my lips have been really sore here because I've been drying out and I've been getting sores. So I've got this, and also I've got hand cream as well. So skincare is really important, because if you have dehydration or you're not feeling well, your skin can start peeling and stuff. Number 3 was zoning out and relaxation. So for me personally, since I've watched a couple of movies in the last 2 days, my stress and anxiety levels have really significantly reduced because of that. My mind was zoning out. So that's really, really, really helped me to cope better. And then 4 was friends. Talk to friends, family to get support. Remember, they've got lives of their own as well, so you don't want to pile all your stress and anxiety on them and make them feel bad. You just want to be able to offload a bit to each one, and for a period of time. And then you want to be just zoning out on your own and relaxing, because you don't want them to feel all your stress and anxiety, because obviously it's gonna, you know, stress and anxiety can be contagious, and you don't want to pass that on to them. So you just want to, you know, do enough to talk about enough to like kind of satisfy that you've had someone who understands you, but then realize that you've also got to zone out on your own and leave them to their own life. Very important to get a good balance with that with friendship. And 5 is to reduce or remove the triggers, the things that are triggering. If you know that certain things, certain situations, certain events, certain people, certain places, certain words trigger you, then you need to reduce or eliminate those completely in order to get back to feeling much better about yourself and your life and improve your health. So I hope these 5 ways of self-care when you're feeling stress, anxiety, or generally unwell really, really helps you. And it's been an absolute pleasure that I've been able to actually talk to you today. I really miss you in my community. You know, like I feel like it does actually help my mental health being on this channel, being able to connect with people who really understand my asexuality and just understand me, and just to be able to connect with beautiful human beings in this world. I really love you for being here, Liam. Thank you very much for your beautiful comments in the chat. You know, it's nice when you've got a person like Liam who says I'm a good and beautiful person, and hope you feel better, sweetheart. So I really appreciate that. It's really kind words, and it's very comforting when you're not feeling well. It makes me feel really good. So thank you very, very much for that. I'm going to love you and leave you for now. I hope you've enjoyed this live stream. I'm really missing you. So I hope to be fully back and better as soon as possible. I am signed off still by the doctor at the moment, so I'm going to see how that goes this coming week. Well, this week, because it's Monday now. And I'm going to love you, leave you for now. Like I said, if I'm not on here live, don't panic. I will be back. I haven't forgotten you. It's just because, you know, I'm getting better and I have to have time out to get well. So I love you and leave you for now. Don't forget, thank you for the thumbs up. Oh, and I'll see you next for your live stream. I've got to go because I've got someone phoning me. Bye.